Hello friends, in this video you will learn what is the problem of trust and how blockchain helps us to solve it. So suppose we have Alice and we have Bob, and Alice wants to transfer some money, for example $10 to Bob. In order to do so, Alice would need a trusted intermediary, for example a bank in between, and this bank would be able to transfer the required money to Bob. So in this transaction both Alice and Bob need someone in between whom they can trust to complete the transaction, which is the bank in this case. And for providing this intermediary service, bank directly or indirectly levies some charges on both Alice and Bob. This is what is called the problem of trust. What if there would have been a way to do this transaction directly from Alice to Bob without a need of intermediary? This is the purpose that blockchain solves for us. So let's learn more what is blockchain and how it can help us eliminate a need of a trusted intermediary between two parties making a transaction. So blockchain is basically a peer-to-peer system of transacting values. You can see in this diagram there are different computers connected to each other directly, and you can also imagine example of a torrent system where you download files not from a server but from other computers downloading the same file. So all these computers are connected to each other directly, and there is no need of an intermediary for these computers to transact with each other. The next important thing is that it is an open ledger of transactions, which means that all the nodes can access all the transactions ever occurred on the blockchain. And since it's an open ledger, if any node executes all the transactions occurred on the ledger, it will automatically reach the latest state of the blockchain. The next important thing is that the ledger is an append only ledger, which means we can add transactions to the ledger, but any transaction that has already been successfully added to the ledger cannot be removed. The next important point is that it is a shared ledger, which means all the nodes will have a copy of this ledger of their own. And when any of the nodes executes all the transactions, they will be able to reach the latest state of the blockchain automatically. The next point is that it is a decentralized system, which means some of the nodes can live in America, some can live in Africa, some can live in Asia. They can live anywhere on the globe, which gives the blockchain a lot of political power also, which means that no government of any area or region can control the blockchain because the nodes are living everywhere in the world, and they are capable of reaching the latest state of blockchain by executing all the transactions and capable of transacting with each other independently. And as already mentioned, there is no need of an intermediary to verify whether a transaction is a legitimate transaction or not. So this is what a typical blockchain looks like. It is a connection of blocks where each block is pointing backwards to the previous block, and the first block is called the genesis block, and all the blocks contain a set of verified legitimate transactions. So each block contains a hash code of the previous block, and this hash code is obtained by using advanced cryptographic techniques. And because it is so complex, it is not possible for anyone to alter any transaction in the previous block. Speaking of transaction, each transaction in a blockchain contains the amount and details of the parties involved in the transaction. So let's take an example of how transactions happen on a blockchain. So suppose we have three characters now: Alice, Bob, and Joe. They are trying to transact with each other. And our blockchain has four nodes. So suppose Alice had $50 initially. So this value will be replicated on all the nodes. And now if Alice pays Bob $20, again this transaction will be replicated on all the nodes. At this point, if any node re-executes all the transactions, it will be able to know what is the balance of Alice, what is the balance of Bob, what is the balance of Joe. Now if Bob transfers $10 to Joe, again this transaction will be replicated on all nodes of the blockchain. So now again after this, if we re-execute all the transactions, we can know the updated balance of Alice, Bob, and Joe. So you see, earlier we had banks which maintained the balance of all its customers, for example Alice, Bob, and Joe. But now we have a distributed ledger of blockchain, where balance of Alice, Bob, and Joe can be calculated by any of the node by executing all the transactions. And earlier, the bank used to verify whether it is a valid transaction or not, but now on the blockchain, the validity of a transaction is verified using advanced cryptography techniques. So, in this way, blockchain helps us to solve the problem of trust by eliminating the need of a trusted intermediary between two parties trying to make a transaction. So, friends, we hope you would have liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications. And once again, we thanks you a lot for watching this video.